In 1830 New Orleans, Rutherford Calhoun had a problem. His debt to Papa Zerang, local mobster. This is Papa Zerang.
I'll make you a deal you can't refuse, Calhoun. Isadora said she'd pay your debts if you'd marry her. So go do it.
Even though he loved Isadora, marriage was not something he was ready for, so he did what any man would do. He found a way out of it. In a bar, Calhoun met a Josiah Squibb, who was scheduled to become the cook on the Republic, what Calhoun would later learn as a slave ship. Calhoun took the opportunity. Waiting for Squibb to become deeply inebriated, Calhoun took his identification papers and made his way to the Republic in Squibb's stead. Calhoun arrived at the Republic only to find the crew had not yet come aboard. Needless to say, he took a nap. Several hours later, he was rudely awakened by first mate Kringle, who didn't know why there was a guy sleeping on his deck. Kringle takes Calhoun to meet Captain Falcon, the captain of the ship. Expecting to be thrown off, Calhoun is pleasantly surprised when Falcon offers him a job as cook's assistant. Calhoun begins to adjust to life at sea, and he makes the assumption that nothing really happens. He would soon be proven wrong, however. The Republic soon arrives in Africa, where they pick up their cargo, a tribe called the Almazeri and a large crate. Only Falcon knew the contents of the crate. The only crew member brave enough to look into it came out crazy. Unfortunately for him, Calhoun would soon learn the contents of the crate. Afraid of a mutiny and the crew becoming pirates, Falcon enlists Calhoun to be a spy and give weekly reports on the crew's actions. Falcon was correct in thinking there would be a mutiny, but he was incorrect on who the perpetrators would be. On the day that the crew planned their mutiny, the slaves took the initiative and revolted. After the revolt, the only living crew members were Falcon, Kringle, Squibb, and Calhoun. Unfortunately, neither Falcon nor Kringle would survive the rest of the journey. Falcon committed suicide, and Kringle had Squibb kill him to avoid their fate at the hands of the slaves. With the ship in ruin and all competent sailors dead, the future looked grim, but Calhoun hadn't seen anything yet. It soon came to be Calhoun's turn to feed the African god. From what he was told, Calhoun was able to learn that the god was a shapeshifter, who could turn into anything to protect itself. Calhoun enters the hold with the crate, only to hear a familiar voice.
Rutherford, I am Riley Calhoun, your father!
No! At the shock of seeing his father, whom he has hated since childhood, Calhoun collapses, not knowing whether he's unconscious or dead. Calhoun is awoken by Squibb, who informs them they must evacuate the ship due to an impending storm. Floating on debris, the two are picked up by another ship, the Juno. Calhoun learns that on board the Juno, Papa Zerang is preparing to marry Isadora, Calhoun's love. Calhoun tries to stop this marriage by using Zerang's involvement in the illegal slave trade and blackmailing him into leaving Isadora and Calhoun alone. Zerang grudgingly agrees, and Calhoun and Isadora return to southern Illinois, where they live happily ever after.